Alright folks, we're back in the woods again. I have everything with me that I had with me on the adventure, plus 2 extra depot boxes that I did not use, so I thought I'd just show you what I packed, and then I thought we'd just go through all the gear. So I've divided it up to gear, clothes, sleep, food. That's pretty much it. Let's do it. Let's just start with the things that I have on me right now. I used the Bergtagen Eco Shell jacket. I pretty much wore this one, I'd say, roughly every day. Same thing goes for the jacket I had underneath, a synthetic down jacket. I never used this one while I was walking unless it was really, really cold or I was frozen. And one of my favorite piece of gear is the Obisco long sleeves sun. I really, really like this one because it's so adaptable. You can really, you know, cover yourself from the wind and the environment around you, cover your arms and all that, or your hands as well. If you really want protection from wind when you're walking, and you don't want to start to sweat too much because you still get warm from using the backpack and everything. And then you can, you know, really flex it up, ventilate as much as you can, and of course take off everything else when it was really, really, really warm. And I just pretty much just wanted something to protect the shoulders. I used a wool shirt like this one, and I used this one. This is pretty much just a it's half a t-shirt now. You can very see-through. There's, I don't know if you can tell here, there's holes everywhere in this one. They don't sell this one anymore. Wink, wink. Time to bring this one back because this is one of the best things on the planet, if you ask me. Next up, we got underwear. I used these ones, wool underwear. Also, thin pair of liner socks. I used closest to my feet. And then I changed between the mid layer and a really thick pair. So when I was walking on paved road, I used these ones just to get more cushioning. And when I walked in the mountains, I used these ones. Moving on to the legs, rain pants. I just wanted a light pair of rain pants. When I use these ones, I pretty much just use them and then just underwear underneath because you get really warm. Rain pants is not my favorite thing in the world, but I gotta give it, these ones are really, really nice. They're lightweight, they're easy to put on, and they do the job. And you can ventilate a lot here in the sides. You can really open them up a lot. I really appreciate that because I really get warm when I use these ones. And then of course, another favorite of mine, the Obisco trekking tights. You've seen me use them many, many times. I did so even in this adventure. Pair of shorts. I use these ones a lot as well. Probably every day, like 95% of the time I was in these ones, because again, it gets so warm when you start to walk and you start to sweat everywhere. So you really want to just be able to ventilate as much as you possibly can, and the Obisco shorts really did the trick for me there. And then the one I showed you in the last video, the one I sent home, but still nice to have. If you're colder than me, I would recommend using a mid layer to have with you, even when you're walking and those things, depending on how fast you walk and how much you carry. Another thing that I had with me for my lovely friends, the mosquitoes, is the head net. So you pretty much just open it up like this and you put it on, and you're in somewhat protection from the bugs, but they will find their way to annoy you anyway, rest assured. So bug spray and all that, I highly recommend you using that, or if you have a lot of patience with bugs. I don't, so yeah. One thing that I brought with me that I actually didn't use is these gloves here. The Ergo Grip gloves from Hesta. You've seen them in a review before, so you can check out that video if you want to know more about them. I really like them. They protect you from wind and water and all that stuff, and they're really comfortable to wear. You got a really good grip if you need to have that. The reason that I didn't use them was because it was warm enough all the time, but I still wanted to have them with me. I don't regret bringing them, and then I was also using the camera, so yeah, I was still good. When it comes to shoes, I did not use these ones. I used the Belrado Bunyan from Handwag. You heard me talk about them in the previous video, why I use them and not boots. Don't have them anymore. I actually sent them back to Handwag for analysis. I really want to show them what they look like and where the wear and tear points are. It was pretty cool. We'll see what happens with that. I also used the Luna sandals when I was doing water crossings or when I was done walking for the day, and sometimes even when I was walking. I'll do a separate review on them, so be sure to check out that video. Next up is gear. We're just gonna start with the technology. There's a lot of people that told me that I had a heavy backpack, and yeah, I just want to say thanks for letting me know. I couldn't feel that for 40 days. Filming is heavy. The camera that you're looking at now is probably just around 1 kilo with cage, microphone, lens, and all that stuff. And then I had a sort of mini tripod. So when you saw me filming myself, I was holding it like this. So it's heavy, but it's also nice when you want to put it down. It's quick, it won't break, and it's stable. So I really like that one. And yeah, I chose quality and all that stuff in filming over comfort, and I knew that I was only getting one shot at this, and I really wanted to make the most out of it, so that's why I brought the best gear that I could. And yes, it will be heavier. Quality is heavy. And then I filmed a lot, obviously, and I needed to store everything, so I used an iPad for that, so I brought this one with me. And then solar panel, I will do a separate review on this one. It is also pretty bulky. There's cables and extra stuff for this one, but it's good that you can hang it on your backpack. It's not for normal people, but if you're filming and people that are wondering what took up all the weight, those things. Next up, battery pack. I had a GoPro stuck to the shoulder here on the backpack. Batteries and batteries and batteries and batteries. GoPro batteries, drone batteries, batteries for that camera. This is the drone remote, and this is the drone. So the remote is actually bigger than the drone. Whoops. Not that much weight, but it's still, you know, you gotta be careful with it, and you can't just put it everywhere. With the camera and all that stuff, it's roughly about 10 kilos extra. This is the Spot Generation 3. So it's a GPS device, emergency beacon. This is mandatory, not this specifically, but you need to have some sort of GPS device or tracking device. So if something were to happen to you, you should be able to call for help. So I borrowed this from Peter Persson in i Vildmarken. Really cool guy. Peter, if you see this, I've texted you on Instagram. If you want this back, just answer that and we'll send it. That was pretty much the technology. Of course, I had my phone with me as well. Did not bring a flashlight or anything like that because it's the land of the midnight sun. It's in the summer. It's gonna be light pretty much all the time, and it was never that dark that I needed a flashlight. And should I need that, I could always just use the one I have on my phone, and that would be good enough. I saved pretty much, like, I don't know, 40 grams there. I brought the Primus Light Plus. I used that one. I'm really glad I did. Benefits of this one, it's very small, it's very fast to boil water. Always had like a big bottle of gas with me because I did not want to run out of gas, and then I had a spare one in there. Last but not least, or almost last, the tent. This is the Obisco Light 2. You've seen the review on this tent, so you can, if you want to know more about this, you can check out that video. And then of course, my main thing that was on me all the time, this one right here. This is the KEP 72. Out of words for how much I really appreciate this one. Of course, water bottle. Also with me in the backpack, biodegradable toilet paper, fire steel, compass, tampon, and a multi-tool with a knife. That was clothes, technology, and gear. Let's dig into the biggest part, or the one that was most challenging for me, which is sleep. I had the Singy 3 season long with me. I was not going to freeze, I decided that before. So there are lighter and thinner and colder sleeping bags than this one. Also, review on this one on the channel if you want to know more there. This one, sleeping pad. Number one thing that I put on the ground inside the tent. Second sleeping pad, if you like. So I sleep on the side. I'm a terrible sleeper, so I needed something thick. This is the Ether Light from Sea to Summit. Highly recommend this one. To inflate that one, I used this stuff sack. I've showed you that before. Inside the sleeping bag, I used the cocoon travel sheet. There's more things coming. When I went to sleep, or if it was really cold, I sort of used this as my pajama, but it's also the base layer. A pair of long johns, buff. I use this one to cover my eyes like so. When I sleep, it's not, yeah, something like this. So I use this one and earplugs. Towel, this is just like a pillowcase. And I stuffed this jacket in here with a bunch of other clothes and stuff just to build myself a really comfortable pillow so I could stay as comfortable as possible when I was out. All right, let's open up the depot boxes and see what I got in there. This one was meant to go to Nikkaluokta. I never went in that way. I decided not to send this one and I just kept it at home. So I thought we'll just open it up and see what I packed in this one. Energy drinks, I use that a lot. Candies, nasty chocolate, use that a lot. Chocolate bars, energy bars, protein bars. As you can see, all of this stuff is from Real. Everything, even the energy drinks, chocolate, everything. They were really nice to me and helped me with all the food that I needed for this adventure. So big shout out to them. Really like their food. It's quick to eat. I'm not a food master in any way. I can make the occasional steak, but that's it. So having this quick, easy to, and with a lot of fuel, really thankful for that. Coffee, I think this one is still usable, so we'll make sure to use that. And then of course more fuel. These are again the big ones that I use. A couple of those extra tape for the feet. I use that quite frequently, so they needed to have more of them. And I figured all this out when I was doing the training, and I realized that, okay, I'm gonna use a lot of tape, I'm gonna use a lot of food and energy drinks. Obviously, you need to have that extra snack with you, just to keep your energy level high so you can keep pushing even if you're really tired. I consider this to be good for around about a week. When I would come into this one, I would be almost empty, but not quite empty. So I would have a little bit of food for 1 or 2 days maybe, just in case, and then I would fill up with this. This is about, let's see what I put on here, 5 kilos of weight here. So what I did with these ones, for example, was I took all the energy drinks and I put them in one big Ziploc bag, just to save a little bit of volume and yeah, just keep everything in one place. I optimized my pack quite a lot when I stopped for rest days and those things. Food, more food supplies, everything in this bag I'm gonna eat today or tomorrow. There's a lot of cookies and stuff in here. Gonna enjoy that. All right, so I'm in the middle of sorting everything. And I've been opening all the big ration boxes. You see there's a lot of waste. This is not just waste from here, but there's a lot of things that you carry extra. So what I'm gonna do now, see that I've organized things here in a really nice fashion. So I'm gonna use, there's fruit mix here, raisins, nuts back here. So I'm gonna do like a mix of these two, divide them up in smaller portions with some chocolate in that, and then that's gonna be like a trail mix. That was the update. Now I gotta get back to it. So this was the small one. This one was meant to go to Obisku, and this is one of 2 packages. This is package number 1. And in here, let's see what we got. As you can tell, food, energy drinks, but this one also contains the map for the last part, compete for the feet, more fuel or gas. But if you take a closer look here, yeah, more stuff for the feet, got the tape as well. You see this one, also from Real, but these are the bigger portions, and this is like a full meal. So these are much bigger and contains a whole lot of more energy. This one contains energy drinks inside as well. You got a Ziploc bag. I'll open up one of these up for you in one video in the future. We can dig through them and you can see why these ones are really nice. This was for the last stretch where I knew I was not going to be able to refuel for many days, and it was going to be heavy. So I just wanted to have more, not more weight, but more fuel and more energy for me to be able to push. And again, coffee, more gas, and nasty chocolate. This was meant to be a little joke and a surprise for myself. Still is, but yeah. This was from the training video in the summer, if you guys remember that. Comment if you do remember this one, but this was the inside joke from this summer. I think that's pretty much it. So as you can tell, there's plenty of food over. I will use this in future adventures. They have a long lasting time, so that's really nice. This one I think is around 10 kilos maybe? Yeah, 10 kilos. So 2 of these ones, but obviously compressed and packed down and organized, you might be down to maybe 15 kilos with 2 packages. But yeah, a lot of extra weight, but that's what it is. Really important that you prepare physically to be able to carry a lot of stuff. First days, they are heavy, but as you progress, the pack gets lighter and lighter. This is how I packed and how I planned. There are people that they dry food at home and they prepare everything by themselves at home. If you can do that, I would recommend that. I think it's a really nice way of doing it. Not for me. I don't have the patience or the skill to do it, and I was more focused on filming and doing that thing. So yeah, I'm only a person. I gotta pack all this stuff up and head back and finish up this video. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Of course, if you have any questions regarding my the equipment that I got with me or anything else, you know what to do. Just type it in down below and I'll answer it as soon as I can. I'll see you in the next one. Be safe.